This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Welcome to Sports News. It's 38 days to the commencement of the FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada, and the Super Falcons are still waiting for the Nigeria Football Federation to fix the date for the proposed international friendlies promised the team. The Falcons continue training daily, and coach Edwin Okon has invited 2 more players to join the squad, bringing the number of players in the camp to 28. The main target is the 2015 World Cup in Canada, but also the Olympic Games qualifier against Mali. The Nigeria Football Federation has promised to organize 2 friendly games for the girls when they get to Canada, but the date of their departure is not yet known, as the team will likely only leave the country after the second leg clash against Mali on the weekend of May the 16th. And Nigeria's Warrior Wolves have arrived Kinshasa ahead of the CAF Confederations Cup clash against MK of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Wolves won the first leg 2-1 at the Warri City Stadium 2 weeks ago, with goals by Super Eagles striker Bolan Salami. Salami, along with Nigeria's under-23 stars Etibo Ogenekero, Freedom Omofoma, will spearhead Warrior Wolves' attack. Officials have confirmed the second leg battle will now take place at the Tata Raphael Stadium in Kinshasa on Friday. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, has appointed Cameroonian referee Aurelien Wanji to take charge of the game. Wanji will be assisted by compatriots Yanusa Musa and Thierry Bruno. And elsewhere, Chelsea are 3 points away from being crowned Premier League champions after a resounding victory over Leicester City tonight. A second-half performance by Jose Mourinho's side secured a 3-1 win for the visitors. The home team opened scoring at the nick of time through Mark Albrighton before goals from Didier Drogba, John Terry and Ramirez sealed the victory. Chelsea are now 13 points clear, and a win against Crystal Palace on Sunday will give them the title. Meanwhile, Arjen Robben will miss the first of Bayern Munich's season, including their Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, after tearing the calf muscles. The Dutch winger suffered the injury 60 minutes after making a return from a 5-week absence as a substitute in Bayern's German Cup semi-final defeat by Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday. Striker Robert Lewandowski was also injured, fracturing his nose and jaw, but the Poland international hopes to make the first leg at Barcelona on the 6th of May. The city of Warsaw has received the Europa League trophy ahead of the final in the capital city of Poland on May the 27th. Veteran goalkeeper Jerzy Dudek, who played for Liverpool, was among the special guests at the ceremony attended by the president of the Polish Football Federation, Zbigniew Bonizik. The trophy was handed over by Sevilla president Jose Castro Carmona and director of football Ramon Rodriguez. Sevilla have a chance to retain the title and the trophy if they beat Fiorentina in the semi-finals and the winner of the other semi-final between Ukrainian side Dnipro of Napoli and Italy. And finally, cycling winner Andrei Grippo has won Stage 4 of the Tour of Turkey and his 3rd of the season. Grippo finished comfortably ahead of Daniel Goli and Daniel Kato, while Stage 3 winner David Rabolin retains the overall race lead. The tour continues on Thursday with Stage 5 from Mughla to Pamukkale and concludes on Sunday, the 3rd of May. And on that cycling note, we end on World Sports News for tonight. I'm Barang Tony Uranta, and Amarji will be back with the wrap.
This is the ultimate redefined for men.
Away from sports news, 71 Islamists have been sentenced to life in prison by a court in Egypt for setting fire to a church in a town near Cairo. Among them were 2 minors who were also jailed for 10 years for their alleged role in the blaze, which started when violence erupted in Kirdassa on August 14, 2013. A wave of unrest swept through the country that day after hundreds of supporters ousted President Mohamed Morsi were killed in a crackdown in the capital. Scores of churches and Christian property were looted and burnt down. Members of the Morsi Islamist movement, the Muslim Brotherhood, accused the Coptic Christian minority community of participating in what they denounced as a coup.
Well, thank you. Brazil's government also expressed its deep dismay at the execution of one of its citizens, Rodrigo Goularte. But the execution of a Philippine woman was called off at the last minute. Mary Jane Fiesta Veloso was spared after Philippine officials said a woman she'd been accused of planting drugs on her was in custody.
These executions are both cruel and unnecessary. Cruel because both Andrew Chan and Myron Sukumaran spent some decade in jail before being executed, and unnecessary because both of these young Australians were fully rehabilitated while in prison.
Speaking of executions, as you know, the Togo presidential elections took place last Saturday, but the opposition is far from content with the results, crying foul. Based on the allegation of irregularities, Ghana's President John Mahama, who is also the current head of West Africa's regional ECOWAS bloc, arrived in Togo yesterday on a mediation mission. He was accompanied by Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara, who will also take part in talks between political parties. Still talking politics as the protests continue in Burundi, the government of the country is asking diplomats to remain neutral and not side with protesters who accuse the president, Pierre Nkurunziza, of violating the constitution by announcing that he will seek a third term in office. That's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you, Amarachi.
And the main news again. The federal government is prepared to defray arrears of subsidy claims owed major petroleum marketers. Minister of Finance, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, told reporters today in Abuja that government will pay the marketers 156 billion naira and that all outstanding payments will be resolved in order to ease the prevailing fuel scarcity. President-elect General Muhammadu Buhari has appealed to National Assembly members to cooperate with his administration after the May 29th handover towards national development and political stability. And an Egyptian court has sentenced 71 Islamists to life imprisonment for their roles in the burning of a church in a town near Cairo. Among them were 2 minors who were also jailed for 10 years for their alleged role in the blaze, which started when violence erupted in Kirdassa on August 14, 2013. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.